I'm just going to use this as a transition shade. I've got loads of powder on here. And basically just put it all over my eyelid as like a base colour as well. Welcome back to Mia's Life. Today I'm going to be doing a makeup video for you guys. I'm going to be showing you my makeup routine that I've been doing a lot recently. At the moment I am barefaced except for primer, so if I do look a bit red at the moment, that is why, because I've currently started using this rose gold primer. It's really good, Mia Corns. I absolutely love rose gold. That's what I've been using a lot, like a colour. You may notice a theme throughout this video that I use a lot of golds and lots of pinks and lots of rose golds, Mia Corns. If you are new around here, before we get onto the video, make sure to click subscribe to become a #MiaCorn. I just want to say, I hope you guys had an absolutely amazing Halloween. I had a really fun Halloween. At the moment though, my brushes are kind of wet. So before I do my makeup, basically for my Halloween look, I had to use like some weird brushes in some weird places with some weird products basically. So on my like eyeshadow brush and stuff, I put mascara on to do like a skull face makeup. I just realized that I forgot to wash my makeup brushes last night, so I had to wash them quickly this morning before I do my makeup now. They're a little bit damp, so I'm not sure how this is gonna go down. Fingers crossed it doesn't absolutely ruin my makeup, but without further ado, let's just get straight on to the video. So because I'm already primed, I'm going to go straight into concealer. You may be like, what about foundation? Well, I don't really do foundation that often just because I just feel like I don't need it. I feel like if I do wear foundation, I only wear like a very light coverage and I don't notice any difference, to be honest. Obviously when I put concealer on, I'll put concealer on and I'll notice a difference, of course. If I have concealer on and the light coverage foundation, then I don't notice any difference. If I just had concealer on, only a tiny bit, I don't really feel like I need it. And then if I do wear a high coverage foundation, it feels horrible because obviously I'm only young. I don't really feel like I need that. And then also I feel like it would slightly cover up my freckles, which I don't want to do. Just concealer today. However, I do use a high coverage concealer, and the concealer I'm using is by Bare Minerals in the shade Fair. I think I don't see it anywhere, but it's the lightest shade that they do because I am super pale. So I'm gonna get my beauty blender and I'm gonna put some concealer straight onto the beauty blender, and then I put it onto my face because I have like quite sensitive skin, so my skin got quite a few spots on. If I put the concealer little dabber thing straight onto my face, it's just putting bacteria into the concealer, so I don't like to do that. That will probably make my skin worse. I like to put concealer underneath my eye, quite a bit underneath my eyes, because I really don't want to have dark circles. Also, because I don't wear foundation, I feel like I go a little bit more overboard with the concealer. Like I wear quite a lot of concealer. And then I like to put concealer on my chin, on my nose, because I don't know why, but I feel like my nose always gets so red. And I don't even know why it does that, but it's just always so red. And then I like to put a bit on my forehead and then just on any spot that I have, and I just like to blend that out. Quite often I'll start with like this amount and then I'll blend it all out, and then I'll be like, I think there's some areas where I could add a little bit more coverage to it. So then I'll go in again with a little bit more concealer, and it will just end up I have like so much concealer on my face that I can't even move. So I'm just gonna blend this out onto all of my face, dabbing it with my beauty blender. I actually use a silicone sponge beauty blender. I honestly feel like I haven't done a makeup video in a long time. As you know, that's not true. I did one recently in September for back to school. That is my last like makeup routine that I've done. So yeah, I'm gonna blend this out. Okie dokie, so that is concealer all done. I added a lot more to it. I can move my face though, luckily. That's always a bonus. So now I'm gonna do setting powder, and I don't know if any of you guys relate to this, but whenever I put my concealer on, I just always feel like more awake. I just feel like I'm more of a person. If I was only to be able to wear one piece of makeup and I couldn't wear anything else for like the rest of my life, it would definitely be concealer. Just because even though you can't like, I guess you can see it, but like if someone doesn't see you before, it's not like, I don't know, with like eyeshadow where you can actually make something like cool out of it. Well, I mean, you could try and make something cool out of concealer, but I don't really feel like you could do much with it. So for my setting powder, I am using my Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. I like to put setting powder underneath both of my eyes, a little tiny bit on my forehead and on my smile lines, and a little bit on my chin. I don't like to do too much setting powder just because if not, I just feel like it just kind of makes my face really kind of like matte, and it just kind of doesn't look nice. But then at the same time, I obviously don't want my face like to crease loads, so I do like to put a little bit on, just a little bit, tiny bit like that. And now I am going to do eyebrows. To be honest, now I've done concealer and setting powder, I really don't have an order of how I do my makeup. I do it different every single day, Miyakon. So I'm gonna do eyebrows first this time. And now for my eyebrows, I'm using the Urban Decay Brow Box in the shade Blondie. And as you can see, I've used this shade a lot and this one barely. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this lighter shade. I just kind of like to follow my natural brow shape. I don't follow it completely though, because I feel like I have quite bushy brows, even though they're invisible. But if they weren't to be invisible, they are quite bushy. Bushy brows look nice, but I don't like them to look too bushy, if you know what I mean, at the same time, Miyakon. So I just kind of like to semi-follow the shape of my brow. And to be honest, every single day, I try to follow the natural shape of my brow. My brows are different shapes, naturally. So my brows never look like twins. They're sometimes sisters. Quite often, they're just neighbors. And then the last step of doing my brows, I like to just fill in a little bit more with the darker color, just to make them a little bit more darker in some sort of patchy areas. So these are my eyebrows. Like I said, they are not alike at all. They are just going to have to do. Like I said, my makeup really doesn't have an order. So now what I'm going to do is eyeliner. The reason why I actually do this, I do actually have like a theory. Now, I like to do my eyeliner before I do my eyeshadow and before I do all of my face makeup. Basically because I'm absolutely terrible at doing eyeliner. So I feel like I'm definitely going to make a mistake. So when I remove it, all I have to do is touch up my concealer. And then I don't have to really touch up anything else, which is always a bonus. For my eyeliner, like I said, I've been using a lot of rose gold. So I'm going to be using this Smashbox and Veleda, however you say it, Petal Metal Liquid Eyeliner, 24K Rose. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love this so much. It's really fast drying as well, so this is a really good eyeliner, because basically what has happened with some eyeliners I've done before is basically I have deep set eyes. How you can tell if you have deep set eyes is if you get something straight and you go like this, it doesn't hit your eye like a pencil or whatever. It doesn't hit my eye. Because I have deep set eyes, quite often when I do eyeliner I have to do it a bit weirdly. Also, it means that when I do eyeliner, sometimes when I open my eyes, then this bottom bit of my eyelid where the eyeliner is touches the top, and then it creates like a secondary line, kind of like an easier way to do a cut crease, but it looks terrible. So that's why I really like this, because it dries super fast, so it doesn't do that to the top of my eyelid, which is so amazing because it's so annoying when that happens. So I'm gonna do eyeliner. I cannot do it on my bed with a small little mirror, so I'm gonna have to go do it in my big mirror over there, because these are not going to come out equal, but we're going to try. So my wings are kind of like cousins. They're the same sort of style. They're small little wings. They're kind of a similar angle, but they're not amazing. My aim of my eyeliner is just to make sure that they're separately. The eyes look good, pretty decent. I've achieved that luckily today. Sometimes I don't even manage to do that. Sometimes they look absolutely terrible, even when they're not put together. So they're like pretty equal, so we're just gonna carry on. Now what I like to do is I actually go straight onto like face makeup now. So I do bronzer. I know I'm doing this in such a weird order. Next I use the Naked Urban Decay Flushed palette, and I'm not sure what like shade this is, or if it's just like one shade. I'm going to be using the bronzer, and like I said, my brushes are a bit wet, so I'm now going to be using my like first brush. Well, I use my eyebrow brush, but that's tiny, so it dries really quickly. So this is my bronzer brush. I did dry it with a hairdryer just to make sure they weren't like too wet, and it actually does feel like pretty decent, so it shouldn't be too bad. So I just put this, my earring's getting in the way. I put this on my jaw, down my neck, of course. It's always important to go down your neck, especially for me, like I'm really pale. I have got a bit of a tan since we've come to America, so I really need to make sure that my face isn't darker than my neck, because that could definitely happen to me. That's enough of bronzing my neck. I might go over it a bit if my face comes out quite dark. Hopefully not. So now I do my cheekbones. I don't like to go too heavy on like the contour and bronzer. I only just like do it lightly. Sometimes I don't even bother, but since I've been here and I've obviously got a bit more of a tan, I like to make sure that I do use bronzer. But if I'm in England, I'm obviously not got a tan, then I won't use bronzer just because I feel like I don't really need to, but I just use this so that my face matches the rest of my body. So I'm going to put that on the sides of my face, forehead a little bit, then I put a little bit on my nose. Not a lot. I don't really like contour my nose properly. I know you're supposed to like use a small brush on your nose, but I just feel like this works, so. Okay, so I've bronzed and now I'm going to be doing blusher, and for my blusher I'm going to be using my Smashbox blusher and highlight palette. Okay, so apparently what I use for my blush is supposed to be highlighter, I thought. So apparently on the back here, the shade that I use, which is Highlight Coral for my blusher, is actually supposed to be a highlighter, but it looks like a light blush and it's the perfect colour for me. I'm using my Body Shop brush, my Body Shop blusher brush, and I'm just going to put this on the apples of my cheeks. I don't like to go too overboard with blusher. That has happened before me, of course, where I've gone absolutely crazy. I do really love blusher though. Now I feel like usually you're supposed to do highlighter, but I love to save highlighter until the end of my makeup just because I feel like when I put highlighter on, it transforms my face pretty much. So I like to move straight on to eyes. For my eyes, I'm going to be using the Naked 3 Urban Decay eyeshadow palette. And this is a real palette, Mia Corns. This isn't the fake one that I tested out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my Spectrum B06 brush. And I'm going to go in for Limit here, which is basically like a matte, light-ish pinky nude sort of colour. I'm just going to use this as a transition shade. I've got loads of powder on here. And basically just put it all over my eyelid as like a base colour as well. And now to blend in Limit, I like to get a little bit of it and just slightly put it underneath my eyelid, but not a lot, because if not I feel like it can make me look like kind of old, but not in a nice way. And I just only like to have a little bit of this. But this brush, even though it's tiny compared to my other brushes, like my other brushes have actually been pretty good, but this one's really wet. I don't know if I dried this one properly. Okay, so I probably just ruined my eyeshadow. As you can see, there's actually like a wet patch in that colour, which I'm very sad about. Okay, moving on. I'm going to use this colour here, which is called Buzz, and it's basically like a darkish, pinky, glittery colour. And we get that on the brush. That actually came with this palette on this little sort of like flat packer brush. I'm going to put this on like the outer half of my eyelid, and I'm just going to blend that in a little bit with the other end of my brush. And I like to try and blend it in a little bit with the eyeliner, so the eyeliner looks a little bit more like natural and it's like a bit more a part of the look. Also, once again, this side of the eyeshadow brush is really wet. I don't think I dried those ones properly. Okay, so I couldn't really blend that out much because this brush is really wet. Oh, I can use this. I can use this one, which is actually really nice and dry. Now I'm going to go in for Burnout, which is the other side of Limit, and it's basically just a lighter version of Buzz. So it's another slightly lighter pink, glittery, that sort of thing. And I'm gonna go in with the same brush and do the other side just on the other half of my eyelid, so the inner half of my eyelid. This one is slightly more matte than Buzz, which I like. And now that I've done that, I'm going to go in for this white. Well, it's this white with a little bit of an undertone of pink. I'm going to put this in the corner, well, the center of my eye and my tear duct. It's not a duck, Mia. I don't have a duck on my face. And I'm also gonna put this on my brow bone, and I have to be really careful not to highlight my brow bone too much. And now the last thing for eyeliner, I'm going to get this super glittery, kind of this lightest pink, and it's the shade Dust. And I'm gonna get this on this brush again. I'm literally just gonna go crazy with this. So I like to put a little bit in the center of my lid to bring my eyelid out a bit. And this can really help if you have deep set eyes to bring your eyes out even more if you put a really nice like glittery highlightery color. And then I'm gonna put a little bit underneath on the white where I put the white as well to add a bit of glitter to it. You can never have too much glitter, Mia Corns. Now to finish off with eyes, I'm going to curl my eyelashes with my eyelash curlers. I am going to use mascara. I don't feel like, have I talked to you guys about this mascara or not? I'm not entirely sure. Oh my goodness me, this is so amazing. I'm gonna tell you about it anyways. This was literally £3 and I bought it from Boots. My eyelashes have kind of been stained a bit black, so hopefully that comes off soon. It looks a bit weird on me. It looks a bit like I've been punched in the eye. I need to go to my big mirror because I just feel like I am actually really bad at doing mascara as well. So I actually managed to put mascara on without it getting around my eyes, but I got it on my nose. That's all of my eye makeup done. I need to do highlighter and lips, so I basically need to finish off what I started. So for my highlighter, guys, you know this, I'm gonna be using the Too Faced Love Light Prismatic Highlighter in Ray of Light, like a gold. It's basically rose gold. I'm gonna be using my Real Technique. A little hack, Mia Cause, is if you do your highlighter with like a sort of damp brush. I don't actually do this on a daily basis, but if you just so happen to have a wet brush, it's not too bad because it makes it super pigmented. I feel like I probably should start doing it on a daily basis. Okay, so highlighter done. So what I'm going to be doing now is lips. I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do slightly natural. I need to make sure that I have the right one. So I'm gonna be using my Soap and Glory Peach Pout Balmy Lipstick. This is the one I'm gonna use today. It's a very natural sort of peachy color, and it's basically a lipstick but a little bit more glossy. I feel like sometimes I get these like weird lines. I feel like it happens with certain lip glosses when I wear them after a while, like when they fade. Okay, so I put that on my lips, and now I'm going to finish it off with a lip gloss because you can never have too much lip gloss, Mia Corn. I'm trying to decide which one to use, so I'm either going to use the Kiko Milano one that I've got, and this is in the shade Say. Okay, basically it's a pink glittery colour. So yeah, it's like a sort of pinky natural colour. Mia Corn's like this. Sort of a natural peachy, like pinky, kind of almost a little bit browny gold. Basically a nude colour. I feel like these two make such a nice combo. I kind of wish I'd tried the other one though, because I've never actually used the Soap and Glory one and the Kiko one together. So I kind of wish I'd tried the other one, but this is it, I believe. I have done. I just done my lips. Okay, Mia Cause, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you are new around here, make sure to click subscribe to become a hashtag MiaCorn. Also, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm at Mia's Life Official. I really love this look, Mia Corns. It's very simple, very natural. I just feel like it looks a bit darker than usual. Maybe it's just on camera, but I swear this is usually lighter than this. But my eyeliner came out really good today, which I'm happy about. Usually it comes out worse. I don't really know what's happening to my hairband. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Love you.